So we'll now hear from the opposition party, and Mr. Jody Carr, member of the legislature for Oromocto-Lincoln, I think, will be here. Mr. Glenn Savoy, Mr. Pam Lynch, and Jeff Carr, and Sherry Wilson, and Ted Fleming, and Bruce Northrup. Welcome to you all.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Peter. Our Progressive Conservative Caucus is pleased to be here today representing the opposition, the Progressive Conservative Caucus. A number of our colleagues couldn't be here. Some had been able to be here earlier. Others have gone to a funeral of a prominent supporter of our caucus, of our party, and so that's where they're at today as well. You might remember in previous years we've had up to 20 MLAs here for the Progressive Conservatives. We also have with us Dorothy Shepherd from St. John and Trevor Holder from St. John that's just come up. And you know, I was the former Minister of Education one time, and one thing that we worked really hard on was respect and character building and supporting our teachers in management of classrooms. And a key element of that is encouraging that kids take their turns and that kids raise their hands when they want to speak, and that we respect each other's turn. And ladies and gentlemen, today is your turn. Today is your day. And we respect you for being here today. Aussi, je dois mentionner mon ancien colleague, M. Roland Doulette, le président de Knights of Columbus. M. Roland, le Parti libéral, le caucus de libéral, a perdu une voix forte quand M. Ouellette n'est pas élu. Mr. Ouellette has a strong voice for life. As a fellow brother Knight, I'm very proud to be a Knights of Columbus and proud to be a friend of Ronald Ouellette, a former minister in the government at the legislature. Thank you, Mr. Ouellette. It does take people to cross the political spectrum. This is not politics as usual. This is unique. This is important to stand up together, and our PC caucus is pleased again to be here with you this year, and so many, the Catholic Women's League as well, and just so many. Thank you in the Right to Life movement. We are in a fight, folks, a real fight. A fight against negativity, a fight against hurt, a fight against harm, a fight against bullying, a fight against depression, against mental health, the fight against the need for quick fixes, knee-jerk reactions. Let all our harms magically go away. Society is quick to bring each other down, be hasty to each other, be negative with each other, be quick to give up on each other. People are hurting in so many ways. People need real help, people right in front of us, people beside us. Government needs to know that people need to help. Government needs to know that people need help. Government needs to know that people need help to live, not more help to die. Premature killing of human life is one I and my colleagues here have a hard time with. We don't judge, but we have compassion. You have compassion. People abort babies because of many reasons. Their income, mental concerns, because of the likelihood of a child having a disability, because of the gender of the baby, and because they can in Canada. While many of you come from a religious perspective, the value of life, compassion, non-judgment, forgiveness is more than religion. We must have a society that values each other for who they are and for their potential to contribute in all ways. All humans contribute and have value from conception to natural death. We believe that. You believe that. We must provide support to people hurting, people in need. The government must provide this support. We must not give up on anyone if we want to succeed as a province. As a true prosperous province, every human life must be valued to its fullest potential, one the Progressive Conservatives believe in and push for every day in the legislature. 2 points I end on, and my colleague Glenn Savoy has a couple of comments. But 2 points I want to end on is, number one, the lack of government support. I touched on that. The federal and provincial government have been quick to provide more access to death, but very slow to provide access to life. Why is that? The federal and provincial government needs to provide independent counseling, awareness, self-worth, confidence in our young people, our leaders of today. A government needs to provide palliative care for the terminally ill that's equally available to everyone across New Brunswick. And number two, important, here today, the Honourable Minister mentioned democracy, mentioned our veterans, mentions the privilege that we have to be here on the floor, on the lawn of the legislature and the floor of the legislature. But number two, democracy. Both the federal government and provincial government here in New Brunswick and in Ottawa are not respecting democracy. It's simply put, it's sad. It's discouraging. My first march, Right to Life, was 15 years ago. I was a little bit younger MLA then, when it wasn't cool to be here to support life. And now look, so many hundreds and hundreds have grown, and the movement keeps growing, because we do need to stand up together. As the Honourable Grady Nicholas has mentioned, he is such a true leader for all of us here in New Brunswick, and those that will be coming after us, and those that need the help and support of good leadership and good democracy, and the Honourable Grady Nicholas. In fact, wouldn't it be nice for him to run for member of the legislature or member of parliament, for premier, for prime minister? Grady Nicholas could make mountains move, could make the skies rain, bring the sunshine. And I can tell you, he continues to make a difference, whether in elected office, appointed office, a good humanitarian. But back to democracy quickly, Peter. New Brunswick Premier did not allow debate by the MLAs in this legislature when they expanded access to abortion. It was fundamentally wrong that the Premier would take the voice away from the people, the voice away from the MLAs. As well, no word from the provincial government on the involvement of the legislature regarding assisted suicide. The minister was here today. He should have made a commitment that this legislative assembly will have a full debate of assisted suicide, of the provisions that this government will put in place. Will they do the same thing with assisted suicide that they did with abortion and shut your voice out here at the legislative assembly? Let's hope not. Let's speak to your MLA, speak to your parliamentarians, and tell them you deserve a voice here on the floor of the legislature. No more pushing around, but let's respect our voice and views. And we saw just yesterday that the Trudeau government in Ottawa, we know Gallant and Trudeau are so close. Just yesterday, they prematurely shut down the debate on assisted suicide. Prematurely shut down in the Parliament of Canada. Let's hope the same thing doesn't happen here in New Brunswick. Let's make sure you talk to your members of Parliament, talk to your members of the legislature of all political stripes, and ensure a good, healthy, respectful voice is heard on the floor of the legislature. Thank you very much, Peter Ryan. Merci beaucoup.